country songs mostly, well, it's different today. Today's music's a little different. But the old style country songs, most of them tell a story. Some of them are cheating songs, some of them are heartbreak songs, some of them are songs of praise. Most of the country singers could include a gospel song on most of their albums. Their lives are like everybody else's lives. They cross great plains that are just wonderful. They also cross valleys that are deep and dark, and they also climb a mountaintop that's hard to climb. As a matter of fact, Hank Jr. had an experience with a mountain that was probably the worst thing in his lifetime. He fell about 700 feet from a mountain. Of course, he wound up in the hospital. They took a while to get him off that mountain, but they got him to the hospital, and he was out for a while. And when he woke up, Johnny Cash and June were there waiting on him to wake up. They were there with him. And June was his godmother, and he was always close to the Cash family. And old Johnny had prayer with him. Aside of Johnny, everybody knew about all the other stuff that Johnny had going on in his life. Very few people know he was really a Bible scholar. He was a man of prayer. He kept a Bible and a pair of glasses so he could read the Bible by every place he sat in his house. And I had a situation in my own life where my mother was in the hospital. Her doctor, at that time we were in the restaurant business, and her doctor had stopped by the restaurant and told me that I had one brother, and he told me I need to get my brother and go to the hospital because there wasn't a chance my mother would live through the day. And I called my brother and I told him we need to go to the hospital. So we did, and I got down there and I seen Johnny had, at that time, he had a black Rolls Royce, and that was the only car in our neighborhood like that, so I knew it was his car, and it was parked in front of the hospital, and I got out and went as fast as I could go up to my mother's room, and I walked in, and I expected to see her laying there about dead, and she was raised up in the bed, and she said, "Did you see Johnny Cash?" I said, "No, I seen his car in the parking lot." And she said, "Well, he just left here, and he prayed the prettiest prayer I've ever heard." And she said, "I feel like I'm going to be all right." And she came home from that hospital and lived for several years after that. Anytime I hear somebody say something about Johnny Cash and his drugs and other stuff that had gone on in his life, I didn't even want to hear that. All I seen from Johnny Cash after that was a man who prayed, and when he prayed, God heard him. That's Johnny Cash I knew.